All right, guys. Did you do awesome on your math test yesterday? I already know. I already know you did great because y'all are so super smart. Okay, we are done with chapter 1 and moving on to chapter 2. Chapter 1 was all about place value and we even did some adding and subtracting. Chapter 2 is on multiplication. I know, we're in X Games mode. We're going real fast here from place value to multiplication. But you guys can handle it because, like I said, you're super smart. All right, so lesson 2.1 is talking about multiplication comparisons. It says that you can use multiplication to compare amounts. For example, you can think of 15 equals 3 times 5 as a comparison in two different ways. You can think of it as 15 is 3 times as many as 5, or you can think of it as 15 is 5 times as many as 3. And I know you're kind of thinking, I really don't like that. I'd really just rather say 15 equals 3 times 5. And I understand that. But once I show you a couple examples, I think you'll feel better about it. All right, so let's look at our unlock the problem. It says that Carly has 9 pennies. Jack has 4 times as many pennies as Carly does. How many pennies does Jack have? Let's figure that out. So they have drawn this model for us, and they want us to write an equation and solve it. First, we're going to fill in these boxes. How many pennies did it say that Carly had? Okay, good. It said that she had 9. Remember, we can always go back into our problem to find those important information and the important numbers that we need. So I'm going to put a 9 right there, okay? And then it said that Jack has 4 times as many as Carly does. So notice how Jack has 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes next to his name. What are we going to put in those boxes if he had 4 times as many? No, we're not going to put 4 because there's 4 boxes. We're going to copy Carly's box because Jack has 4 of those boxes just like Carly. So I'm going to put 9 in each one of these boxes. Because if Carly's got 9 pennies and Jack has 4 times the amount, well, that's 9, 9, 9, 9. 4 times as many. So we're going to use this model to write an equation and solve it. So we're going to do n, which n just means we don't know what that number is. So that's just an answer in there, or a letter in there in place of what our answer will be. So we're going to say blank times blank. Well, I'm going to use 9 for sure, right? Because I know that number for sure, that Carly's got 9. How many boxes does Jack have next to his name? Not what's in the box, but how many boxes. Right, he's got 4. So I'm going to put this 4 right there. So now I have my math problem I can solve. 9 times 4 equals what? Good job. Did you guys study your math facts over summer? I think you did. All right, 9 times 4 is 36. Very good. So the value of n, or that unknown number, is 36, which means that Jack has how many pennies? Right, he's got 36 pennies, because if we were to do 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9, we would get 36. So Jack has 36 pennies. Very good, guys. Does that make a little bit more sense? That's okay. We're going to do another example so that makes even more sense, okay? Alrighty. Let's see what we're talking about in this problem. Okay, so we're talking about Miguel, and he has 3 times as many rabbits as Sarah. Miguel has 6 rabbits. How many rabbits does Sarah have? Okay, so we have to think about this because we don't know how many rabbits that Sarah has. We don't know. So I'm going to put Miguel right here because he is the one that has, it doesn't want me to write on it today. There we go. Because it says that Miguel has 3 times as many. So I'm going to put an M for Miguel right here next to those 3 boxes. Okay? And then it says Miguel has 6 rabbits. So right here, those lines kind of over those 3 boxes is looking at, that's how much that is total. So the total of these 3 boxes we know has to be 6 because Miguel has 6 rabbits, because that's what they told us in the problem. What we don't know is how many rabbits Sarah has. So I'm going to put an S down here for Sarah, because we don't know how many rabbits Sarah has yet. Okay, do you remember what letter we can put when we don't know the answer or we don't know the value of something? Right, we can put an N. So in all these boxes, I'm just going to put an N, because we're not quite sure what that number is going to be yet. We just know that Miguel has 6, and it's 3 times as many as Sarah. So we're going to use this model over here to write an equation. So we know that our total has to be 6, and we know that Miguel has 3 times as much. But do we know how many Sarah has? No. So I'm going to put that in right over there in that box. So 6 equals 3 times something. 6 equals 3 times something. So I'm thinking, okay, 3 times what is going to get me 6? 3 times what equals 6? Yeah, very good. 3 times 2, because 3 and 3 is 6. So I know that 3 times 2 is 6. So now I know that this N, this number that we didn't know, is 2. So I'm going to go ahead and replace those so that we can fill that in the right way now. Okay, so we know that these are all 2's. Oh, look at that. So now, can I see how many rabbits Sarah has? It looks like a Z, but we know what it's supposed to be. Yeah, now I know that Sarah has 2 rabbits. Good job. And all we did was use our multiplication facts, but we did it in a comparative way. So 6 is 3 times as much as 2. Okay, let's keep looking. All right. You can actually write comparison sentences. I know, sentences in math, weird, those don't go together, but it's true. So look here. It says 21 is 7 times as many as 3. So here's the trick. When you see that word is, I want you to think of it as an equal sign in that sentence. 21 is 7 times as many as, and when you see that word as, I want you to think of it as a multiplication, or not as. When you see the word times, I'm sorry. Whew, guys, it's been a long week. But hey, we're powering through, right? We're doing an awesome job. So, when you see the is, I want you to think of it as an equal sign. And when you see times, I want you to think of it as a multiplication symbol. And that's kind of easy to remember, right? Because when we're saying multiplication, we say 6 times 2. So that should be pretty easy to remember, that when we see the word times, we're thinking of a multiplication symbol. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this sentence. 21 is 7 times as many as 3. And I'm going to see how I can fit it into this equation right here. They've got blank equals blank times blank. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these numbers in this order. Here's my equal sign here. Here's my is right here. Remember, that stands for my equal sign. So I'm going to bring this number down. 21 equals, and then I'm going to bring my next number down, 7. And it says 7 times as many as 3. Oh, there's my times symbol. And then 3 is my last number right there. So 21 is 7 times as many as 3 is the same thing as saying 21 equals 7 times 3. Okay? So as long as we keep those numbers in order, we're good. All right, let's look at this one. It says 8 times 5 equals 40. So now they want us to take a regular number equation and put it into the comparison sentence. So we've got 8 times 5 equals 40, and we've got blank times as many as blank is blank. Remember, when we see the word times, what symbol can we replace it with? Right, we can replace it with a multiplication symbol. And when we see the word is, what can we replace it with? Yes, exactly, that equal sign. Very good. And same thing, I'm just going to put my numbers down in the order they are in the problem. 8 times as many as 5 is or equals 40. So saying 8 times 5 equals 40 is the same thing as saying 8 times as many as 5 equals 40. Good job, guys. All right. Let's look at another, and I'm going to try to zoom this in for y'all. There we go. That's better. Okay. There are 8 students in the art club. I'm going to go ahead and circle that number 8. There are 3 times as many students in chorus. How many students are in chorus? Okay, so we know that there are 8 students in the art club, but there are 3 times as many in chorus. So where is art club going to go and where is chorus going to go? Right, art club is going to go right up here and chorus is going to go here because it says that there's 3 times as many in chorus, which means that it's going to have the 3 boxes here. Okay, now do we know how many students are in chorus? No, it did not give us that number in our problem, so we're going to go ahead and put that in there. That stands for the unknown number. Do we know how many students are in art club? Yes, we do, because our problem told us that. It said there are 8 students in art club. So what am I going to put in this box right here? Exactly, I'm going to put that 8 to represent the 8 students in art club. Well, I know that if there's 8 students in art club and there's 3 times as many as that in chorus, what am I going to put in each one of those boxes? Yeah, I'm going to put that 8 because there are 3 times as many in art club and there's 8 in art club. So there's 1 times as many, 2 times as many, 3 times as many. And now we can write it as an equation and solve it. So n, or that unknown number, equals blank times blank. So, right, 8, we'll put that 3 first so that we can say our sentence the right way. All right, so we'll put 3 times as many as the 8 students in art club. So this is like saying chorus has 3 times as many as 8. Okay? What is 3 times 8? Come on, let me hear it. Good job. 24 is correct. So that unknown number that we were trying to find is, there it is 24. So that value of n is 24. So now we know that 3 times as many as 8 is 24, and we have 24 students that are in chorus. Great job, guys. All righty. Let's see. I want to just do 2 more with y'all, and then I will set you free to do your practice, okay? 6 times as many as 2 is 12. Remember, when we see that word times, what symbol can we think of? Right, an exclamation point. Oh, goodness. Wrongest subject, Miss Stevenson. When we see the word times, we can think of an multiplication symbol. And when we see the word is, what can we think of? Right, an equal sign. And remember what I said? As soon as we get those signs in place, we just put our numbers in that same order they are in the sentence. So I can say 6 times as many as 2 is 12. I can say 6 times as many as 2 is or equals 12. See? Good job, guys. Is it getting easier? Oh, I hope so. All right, and then we're going to do number 4 as our last example. It says to write a comparison sentence, 18 equals 9 times 2. All right, so we know that when we see an equal sign, we can think of the word, right, is. And when we see a multiplication symbol, we can think of the word times. Very good. All right, and then remember, we just put those numbers in the same order. So 18 equals 9 times 2. We can say 18 is or equals 9 times, or multiplication symbol, as many as 2. So 18 equals 9 times 2 is the same thing as 18 is 9 times as many as 2. Okay, great job, guys. Happy Friday. If you need some review while you are doing your practice, come back to this video. Fast forward to the parts you need it. Fast forward for the parts that you don't need. Let me know if I can help in any way. I love you guys. Have a great weekend.